What's going on, guys? JSGC here, back again for another daily Man City transfer update. So before I do crack on with today's update, including a really big update on Rayan Ait-Nouri, make sure, like always, if you are enjoying the content, then do subscribe to my channel. Remember, I'm going to keep you guys up to date every single day here on YouTube with all the latest City transfer news. So if you haven't already, do subscribe. It is free to subscribe. You don't want to miss a thing. Also, don't forget as well to go check out my social media links. They're in the description if you want to go follow me on my Twitter, Instagram and TikTok. Email also in the description too if you want to hit me up for any sponsorships for any videos or any general business inquiries. Don't forget to leave a thumbs up on the video. We smashed 600 likes once more on yesterday's transfer update. So let's see if we can make it another 600. Any help towards that would be much appreciated. And also don't forget to get your thoughts in the comments below. So we've got no contract news. We're going to dive straight on in with the outs. We've got the latest on Oscar Bobb. Now, Oscar Bobb has done an interview with Nettavisen Sport over in Norway, and he said that he faces a lot of competition for his place in the Manchester City squad next season, but he doesn't plan on leaving Manchester City to pursue regular first team minutes. Says he backs and believes in himself and says there are a lot of games and a lot of minutes to play for, and he wants to do his bit, which I think is a fantastic attitude for a player so young. And I do hope that, I thought this season before his injury it was going to be Oscar Bobb's breakthrough season, the big season where he really announces himself to the world, and his injury really set him back. So I'm hoping, fingers crossed, he can keep himself injury-free, and the next 12 months are going to belong to Oscar Bobb, and he can really showcase his talent because his attitude, it's second to none. Outstanding. Fantastic words for a player who's so young. He's got a really wise head on them shoulders. Oscar Bobb, fantastic interview, wants to stay at Manchester City and clarifying his own future. Now moving on, we've got the latest on Jack Grealish, and Fabrizio Romano has said that it's still the same case as what was being reported last week and the week before that, that Manchester City want Jack Grealish to leave this summer, and Jack Grealish wants to leave Manchester City, and it's almost a guarantee that Jack Grealish will not be a Manchester City player come the end of this summer transfer window. In particular, when you're looking ahead 12 months time, everybody's going to be gearing up for the World Cup in North America. Jack Grealish, he wants England to qualify and he wants to be on the plane with England, and the best opportunity that he's got is playing on a regular basis, which over the last season just hasn't happened, and he's very much looking down the pecking order with Man City once more, adding even more quality into their team, so competition for his place is getting even more difficult, and because of that, he wants to leave the club. Now, the Telegraph have said that Manchester City are open to allowing Jack Grealish to find a new club, and because of that, they feel like the Club World Cup could really hinder him leaving Manchester City. This is all to do with Man City's players not really getting a break or a holiday. So if Jack Grealish went to the Club World Cup, then that may not finish until the middle of July. He'd then be given another 2 or 3 weeks off, and he wouldn't be back with Man City until some point just before the start of the Premier League season at the beginning of August, and by the time he's got himself up to scratch and up to speed and back into shape with everything, you're probably looking towards the end of August before Jack Grealish is back fully in the swing of things, and then it becomes very difficult with limited time in the summer transfer window. So because of that, Manchester City don't want that situation to come about with Jack Grealish wanting to leave the club. He's already communicated that to Man City, and Man City have already communicated to Jack Grealish and his entourage to find another club as well. So Jack Grealish is not going, confirmed, to the Club World Cup. Manchester City do want Jack Grealish to find a new club, so they won't be taking him to the United States of America for the Club World Cup, which just, you know, the decline of Jack Grealish, it's astounding, absolutely astounding. Is it a player that grafts, he works really hard, he's just fallen down the pecking order, and I don't know if it's been a bit of a physical issue, a mental issue, a bit of both. I'm not entirely sure. I'm sure once Jack Grealish leaves, all of the truth will come out about what has happened. But the Telegraph have said that Jack Grealish is a very popular player at the club, and he's going to be a huge loss to the club and to the dressing room as well. And because of that, Manchester City have already leaked through into the press that when Jack Grealish does leave this summer, Manchester City are going to give him their blessing. They're going to give him a lot of thanks to the club, and they regard him as a very successful player, even when brought in for that £100 million fee, which a lot of people will argue that Jack Grealish just hasn't lived up to the hype and he would be a flop. Others would argue about how outstanding he was during that treble win for Man City, and the amount of trophies and what he's contributed to Manchester City has been outstanding from the individual basis. The stats don't really back up what's being said, and for me it's just a very sorry story. I'll be sorry to see Jack Grealish go because I rate him. I think he's a high quality player. He's got a brilliant attitude. He's a fantastic person both on and off the pitch. A brilliant person to have around the dressing room, around the players, and it's a sorry situation. I'd be sorry to see him go. I really will. Anyway, moving on to the ins. I've got the latest on Xavi Simons, the Dutch attacking midfielder who also can play out wide, plays for RB Leipzig, 22 years old. And L'Equipe over in France have said that Xavi Simons is of interest to Man City this summer, but he's only of interest should Manchester City not end up signing Rayan Cherki from Lyon. And so that is expected to happen. So it means Man City's interest, once that does happen, would cool in Xavi Simons, and I'm not too sure if he's going to pursue a move to another club or whether he's going to stay with RB Leipzig for the remainder of the summer and into next season. We'll have to wait and see, but the stance from City pretty clear here. Man City do expect to agree a deal for Rayan Cherki, and they do expect him to become a Manchester City player, so it would put an end this summer to the pursuit of Xavi Simons. Now moving on, speaking of Dutch players, let's speak about Tijjani Reijnders, the 26-year-old Dutch central midfielder. We had the here we go yesterday from Fabrizio Romano. Matteo Moretto has also confirmed that the whole fee is worth €70 million or £58.97 million. He says that the total fee up front will be 55 to 58 million euros, so 46.33 to 48.86 million pounds as that lump sum, with easy to reach add-ons taking the whole transfer up to 65 million euros or 54.76 million pounds. So that's the total that we're expecting. We're looking at around 48 million pounds as the upfront fee, which will rise to around 55 million pounds with easy achievable add-ons, and then the final 5 million euros or 4.21 million pounds are difficult to achieve, which if he does end up achieving them would take a total transfer up to 70 million euros or 58.97 million pounds. Fabrizio Romano has confirmed today that Tijjani Reijnders will be released by the Netherlands international squad, ready for him to sign his Man City contract and of course undertake his medical with the club on Sunday, and that's a crucial bit of information, so hold on to that piece of information for just one moment. So moving on, we've got the latest on Rayan Cherki, and the 21-year-old French attacking midfielder and winger from Lyon is still expected to join Manchester City despite Man City going in with their first offer last night. So Sacha Tavolieri said that Man City went in with their first offer last night, which was worth €23 million, a very much a low ball offer here from Manchester City, which is £19.38 million. It's no surprise that Man City have gone quite low with their first offer, because Man City's second offer will be much more towards Lyon's asking price, which we're looking at somewhere between 25 and 34 million pounds or 30 to 40 million euros. So we will get much more towards that 25 million pound mark. I imagine City will probably go in with somewhere close to 23 to 24 million pounds as their next offer, which again wouldn't surprise me if it was rejected, but there's room for negotiation, and I reckon it normally takes 2 or 3 bids for Man City to be successful in bringing a player in. It's a little bit like if you're purchasing a house and you want to go in with an offer. So let's say you look on the website, you go and view the house, you're interested in the house, you want to make your offer, and the first offer you see what the value of the house is, and you're going to go slightly below the asking price because you're being cheeky. You're seeing what the availability is, you speak, and then you say, right, okay, we'll come in with our second offer. And as long as your first offer isn't insulting, then you're always going to have that room for negotiation when it comes to purchasing a house, and also it's the same with football players as well. Pretty much you're looking at the same thing here. We're looking at negotiations. There's only one way to sort through negotiations, and that is to just keep persevering, keep going in with higher offers until eventually you find that middle ground where all associated parties are happy. So at the moment we're looking at a difference of around 6 to 15 million pounds here. So Manchester City will look to go more towards that 6 million million mark. So that will mean taking the bid up to 25 million pounds. It will get rejected, and then the next offer will be somewhere in between that 25 and 34 million pounds, and that's where you will see Lyon then be tempted to accept and put some nice bonuses, some nice clauses in there, and all of a sudden you have an agreement in place. The only thing that we need to be wary of is we do need to be quick, because we are aiming for June 10th to have Rayan Cherki available for Manchester City for the Club World Cup, and it is a bit more complicated. That Rayan Cherki is with the France national team at the Nations League semi-final and potentially in the final as well, so we will see what does happen with regards to that. I imagine City will go in with another bid at some point either today or tomorrow to try and get things sorted. Man City are very much preoccupied with Tijjani Reijnders and Rayan Ait-Nouri, that Man City may just go in with their bids and then resume things over the weekend, and may not find an agreement maybe until Monday to get everything sorted for Tuesday and ready to be registered to go. So it's still an achievable, very doable transfer, and I'm sure we'll have the very latest on this in tomorrow's update as well. And literally 2 minutes away from uploading today's transfer update, speaking about all the latest that's happened today, it's moving that mad out there with Manchester City that it becomes very difficult to keep up, and you can put content out there and all of a sudden within 30 to 60 minutes there's more info, and your info's old. So yeah, Rayan Cherki, he's going to be a Manchester City player according to Simon Mullock. A £35 million deal agreed, as I was reporting on with a video that I literally just uploaded for you guys with the latest on that. So I'm waiting for further clarification and further details on the details on that. But very much looking like Rayan Cherki is going to be a Manchester City player, and City are going to get this sorted ahead of the Club World Cup. Obviously, we were speaking about what the fee was going to be. Man City wanted to negotiate on the price. City were looking at around £90 million as their opening bid to Olympique Lyonnais, to Lyon in France, and Manchester City ended up upping their bid, going nearly double the amount. I'm waiting for clarification about what the upfront fee would be and what the bonuses are. As I was saying on the transfer update just before about house prices and putting your bids in, you're always going to lowball with your first offer, and it's when you get to the second and third offer is when things start to be negotiated and things get accepted. So I presume we're looking here £35 million all in for Manchester City. It'll be a similar deal involving what we've just done with Tijjani Reijnders, where we'll be paying a smaller fee. There'll be easy to achieve add-ons included. Bonuses will be included on that. There might be some more difficult add-ons included to take the deal to a good amount of £35 million, which I'm sure Lyon will be looking at it with a player that's got 12 months left on his contract, saying actually we're not getting too bad of an amount, and they're obviously happy to accept the offer and negotiate from there. As I said, I'm sure there'll be more developments over the 30 to 60 minutes. I'll keep you guys up to date with my YouTube shorts that I've been putting out on a regular basis every single day here on YouTube with all the latest news, so do stay tuned for that. Do go check out my social media links, because I'm doing the same over on my Instagram Reels and my TikTok as well. That would be much appreciated. And of course, with me doing this series every single day, daily, of course, we'll have all the latest as well heading into tomorrow's update as well. So I've had to basically take the video back and re-edit this part of the section of the video back in. I did say on my other video that I just put out about Rayan Cherki that I was going to talk about it today, but I thought, you know what, I'm being lazy, saying I'll leave it till tomorrow. We'll talk about it today. We'll delete that upload and we'll do another upload which includes all the latest information on here, and that's exactly what we have done. Rayan Cherki looking like he's going to be a Manchester City player. £35 million deal agreed according to Simon Mullock, normally quite reliable with City information, and if this news is believed to be true, which I believe that it would be, then it won't be too long before we hear from Fabrizio Romano and David Ornstein, the reliable sources giving us the ever reliable bits of information when it comes to this transfer, and of course getting that all important here we go, which I don't think is too far away, with Fabrizio Romano, which could even come tonight as well. And if that does come tonight, of course, I will keep you up to date with my YouTube shorts, so do stay tuned for that one, and of course my daily transfer update. Anyway, back to past JSGC, who's now going to give you an update on Rayan Ait-Nouri. Final transfer, let's speak about Rayan Ait-Nouri. We've had a big update, and if you guys checked out my YouTube shorts from before, we heard that Athmane Taibi, a journalist from Algeria, broke the news that Rayan Ait-Nouri had been given permission from the Algeria national team camp to leave their squad and their camp to go and travel to the United Kingdom tomorrow, ready for his medical. Now, it has been confirmed from Fabrizio Romano that his medical is going to be taking place on Saturday, so I presume that Ait-Nouri is going to be leaving Algeria probably at some point later on Friday, so tomorrow in roughly around 24 hours time he'll make his way to Manchester or London, because Man City do have offices in London as well, to get things sorted. I imagine it'll be to Manchester, where he'll get shown around the stadium on Saturday. He'll do his medical, he'll look around the facilities, he'll sign his contract, he'll probably do his social media posts, social media interviews and everything, and Man City will have that ready to be announced at some point, either on Saturday, on Sunday. I'd say more than likely Man City would have everything in place ready for Monday. I wouldn't rule out a double announcement of Tijjani Reijnders and Rayan Ait-Nouri at the same time, but Man City here agreed a fee today. Now, the Telegraph are saying that there's still some work to be done on the fee. They're saying that it's a deal worth £35 million with some add-ons to be included. Very close to being completed. It just needs the final details sorted, and that will go into tomorrow before Rayan Ait-Nouri will become a Manchester City player. I presume they've had all the verbal agreements put in place from both Wolverhampton Wanderers, who Rayan Ait-Nouri plays for, and Manchester City, that everything can be sorted ready for tomorrow. Fabrizio Romano has said the deal's already agreed, just under €40 million or £33.66 million for the 24-year-old French-born Algerian left wing-back to join Manchester City. He's even given it the here we go, and once Fabrizio Romano has given it the here we go, then there's a 999 chance out of 1,000 that this transfer will be happening. So Rayan Ait-Nouri will be a Manchester City player, and Man City are looking to get this one done and dusted over the course of the upcoming weekend. So we're days away from City announcing their first major bit of business, and it could well be a case where we get two players announced near enough at the same time, maybe even on the same day. Quite interesting this. May Man City push for a triple announcement? Tijjani Reijnders, Rayan Ait-Nouri and Rayan Cherki? We'll have to wait and see. But Manchester City closing in on both Tijjani Reijnders and Rayan Ait-Nouri from Wolverhampton Wanderers. So very exciting. I'd love to know your thoughts of that, guys, in the comments below. Also, don't forget as well to leave a thumbs up on the video. We're aiming for 600 likes. Don't forget to subscribe if you're new around here as well. We're now less than 900 subs away from my new aim of 45,000 subscribers. So thank you for helping me to hit 44,000. Let's aim for 45,000 subscribers now. Any help towards that would be great. Less than 900 subs away. If we can hit that in the coming weeks, and that would be absolutely brilliant. Also, don't forget as well to go and check out my social media links. They're in the description if you want to go and follow me on my X, Instagram and TikTok. Email also in the description to want to hit me up for any sponsorships for any videos or any general business inquiries, and I'll see you all again religiously tomorrow for the next daily Manchester City transfer update. So I've been JSGC. Thank you everyone for watching. Hope everyone is safe and well. Peace. Ciao for now.